Hello everybody, this is Marty Smith for the MZoneReport.com. Hey, watch this hand. 45 players sit and go tournament. And I'm raising late position. This is basically an attempt to steal the blinds. As you can see, my opponents beside me are both a medium stack. This guy decides to move all in. 3,400 a call. I'm getting 2.1 to 1 odds. You know what? That's not great. But as you can see, I'm taking 10 seconds to decide. This is the point of this video. I want you guys to start doing this, because whether you decide to call or fold or push in these types of situations, by taking a few extra seconds, you can use all of your skills to make such decisions. And when you do that, you're going to find that you're basically just going to be making more profitable choices overall. So now that was a GCI hand. And even though it wasn't that difficult, the problem is, of course, I was getting the right odds to call in tournaments. It's just that we were 8 seeded. I would have been out of the money. I would have only had 6,000 left probably. And I thought that there would be a better chance to play against my opponents later on. So I was able to fold this hand because of the fact that I basically be moving from yellow to orange M zone, and that I was taking everything into account. Obviously, the play was just to steal the blinds, but I just ended up folding, which I think was the right move because it was just too expensive. But this Queen 9 hand, pots 4,800, I did limp in. I probably should have raised there, but nonetheless, I'm in a spot here now where I have to make a call. I'm really not getting the right odds to call here, if you think about it, 1.6 to 1. But again, I'm taking 10 seconds to think about everything. And even though I could lose and come down to like 18,000, 19,000, I still have enough to play against my opponents. In fact, I did make the right call because there was a good chance that he was pushing with anything there. And I did think about that before I made the call, and that was part of my decision process in playing that Queen 9 suited. So that just basically allows me to play heads up against what I considered was a decent but weaker opponent. I knew I had the advantage, and it comes to this hand here where I've hit top pair, but I limped in. I wanted to make him bet, and I am going to shove it all in on him. Hopefully he's on a draw. If not, I'm still got the numbers on my side here. He had second pair. See, I was raising him quite a bit before this, so that incented him to go all in. Anyway, point being is that gave myself a better opportunity to win some of these hands by taking a few extra seconds. You know, most poker tournaments are routine decisions throughout the game until you get to those GCI hands. And a common reaction to those is to just, thrust into action or respond without thinking. The problem with that is that you're basically cutting yourself off from some deeper wisdom and possibly better solution. Not always, but possibly. In essence, then, we are actually programmed. We are designed, to reason using every fiber of our being. It's a natural way to react. But the problem in poker is that you need to not only use your instincts and intuition, but the logic and math of any particular situation at hand. Take the time to count 10 seconds. You're going to be able to bring everything together and make a wiser decision. Usually, you won't regret that decision, whether it turns out right or wrong after. So when you take 10 seconds, what are you thinking of? Well, here are a few questions that you can ask yourself. What do my true instincts say about this hand or this situation? What are the real odds of me having the best hand here? Can I fold and still have enough to outplay my opponents? You can see from both of those examples before, that was a big factor in how I played that hand. If I was watching this hand on TV, what would I recommend? It's so easy to criticize players on television when you can see the hole cards. But the thing is that as an observer, you often have a completely different opinion of how someone is playing. So take a look beyond yourself, outside yourself, and look upon this hand as an observer and try and get a different perspective that way. Here's one of the most important questions. Is what I am about to do positive EV? In other words, if the situation comes up all the time and I react this way all the time, am I going to be ahead? Am I going to be a profitable player? Now you can take these questions and others you might think of, and that the next time when you are in a tournament in a tough GCI situation, it's going to force you to ask yourself the right questions. Listen, this may sound too simple to be of value to you, but by pausing and counting to 10, you are able to tune all of your senses into what's unique about this hand, opponent, or even betting pattern. You're essentially interrupting your brain's reactive areas that normally respond, like with a caveman-like panicky combativeness. Sometimes that's good. Most times, you need to think deeper. Make this a habit, and I guarantee you will start profiting in online tournaments. I hope that helps, and you can sign up for the free poker tournament strategy videos at mzonereport.com. Ciao.